Hi, I'm Anthony Johnson, professional real estate agent. If you're looking for a new place to live, you may be wondering, is it best to rent or buy? When making this kind of decision, it ultimately comes down to two things. One, your lifestyle, and two, your financial situation. In this video, I'm going to be going over what I believe to be some of the biggest pros and cons, and hopefully by the end, it'll help you make a more informed decision. Let's get started. Let's first start by talking about buying a house. What I'm going to do is go over the pros and the cons, and just so you know, I do have a friendly PDF in the description below, should you decide you want to print it off, just so you can always reference it in the future. So when you're buying a house, the biggest factor that you're going to have is equity. What this means is that all the payments that you're making towards the principal eventually are going to pay off that house, then building extra equity in your house. And listen, if you want to know more about equity and what it can do for you, check out this video I made right here previously. It'll really help you out. Second thing on my list, there's more stability, meaning that you're not going to have to worry about rent hikes. Assuming that the mortgage that you got is a fixed rate, your mortgage payment isn't just going to gradually increase every year, it's going to stay stable. The third thing on our list is you're free to customize the house to your liking. If you want to repaint it, you can repaint it. If you want to do new siding, you can do new siding. You can do things to help increase the equity in your house. Fourth thing on our list is there could be some tax benefits, especially if you're a self-employed business owner. You may be able to write off a portion of your house, of your mortgage payment. And just so you know, I'm not an accountant, so don't take this for 100% face value. Speak to your accountant. But I'm pretty sure there are some options out there for you. And lastly on our pro list is it's a long-term investment. The longer that you hold a piece of real estate for and you own it, the more it should appreciate over time. Let's now talk about the cons to buying a house. And the number one factor is it's expensive. There's a lot of fees, there's a lot of closing costs, inspection fees. There's all these things tied up into it that makes it really expensive. And if you want a real life scenario on what closing costs actually look like, check out this video I made right here. This is actually a real life scenario on closing costs and what you can expect if you're buying this kind of house here in the state of Michigan. And that leads us to the second thing on our list, ongoing expenses. When you own a house, everything's on you. Maintenance, property taxes. If you're in an HOA, you're going to have HOA fees. You may have special assessments through the city. All these different things are going to cost money over time, and you as a homeowner are going to incur these costs. Next thing on our list is there's less flexibility. When you own a house, you can't just up and move. I mean, you can, but if you have a new job or maybe you got divorced or something happens and you need to move, more than likely you're going to have to sell that house, and that can take some time and some effort to do that. So there's less flexibility. The next item on our list is the potential for market risk. Homes aren't going to 100% increase in value. The market could take a drop like it did back in 2008, and you could actually lose value on your house. So understand that there's always a risk that the house could actually depreciate in value just as much as it can go up in value. And lastly on our list is the responsibility to owning a home. There's a lot of responsibility. Again, we talked about maintenance and all that, but until you actually own a home, you won't really understand and appreciate all the work that actually goes into owning a home. And once you do, it's all on you. So that wraps up the pros and cons to owning a house. Now let's flip over and talk about renting. And from there, you can make a decision on which avenue should be best for you. The first thing on our list when it comes to renting is your upfront costs are going to be cheaper. Typically, it's just your first month's rent and maybe an additional security deposit, and that's it. Number two on our list is there's more flexibility traditionally when it comes to renting a house. You don't have a mortgage payment. Obviously, you're more than likely going to be locked into a lease, but once that lease is up, you can then up and leave if you have, say, a new job or you have some dramatic lifestyle change in your life. Next on our list is the maintenance worries. When you're renting, you don't really have a lot of maintenance costs. The landlord typically takes care of all the maintenance costs. Now, obviously, anything inside the rental unit is going to be on you. And if you do something to, say, the plumbing that causes any issues, that's going to be on you as well. But traditionally, the landlord is going to take care of the bulk of all the maintenance fees. Another one on our list is predictable expenses. You're not going to have to worry about replacing windows or replacing the roof or, again, replacing any plumbing. that's all going to be on the landlord. So those are costs that you can actually save. The final pro on our list is access to amenities. Some rentals have access to gyms or pools or nearby parks, and they're all included. You don't have to pay for those things. They just come with the rental. Let's now talk about the biggest cons with renting. And the first thing is there's no equity. Every payment that you make is going to the landlord. It's not going towards future potential wealth for you. And you really should take that into consideration for the long haul. Another con is you can expect that your rent's going to increase. Now, some landlords are really flexible and they won't do this if you're a good tenant and you're always paying. But when you go into a lease, you should understand that your rent is more than likely going to increase as inflation increases. Another con on our list is you have less control. Some rentals won't allow you to have pets, or if they do, only a certain amount of pets. Maybe you can't smoke, and there's only so many things that you can do to the house because it's not yours. Another big con on our list is instability. The landlord at any point in time can decide to sell the property, and now you're gonna have to go out there and find a new place to live. The last thing on our list is there aren't really a lot of tax benefits to renting. Now, again, check with your CPA because I could be wrong on this, but from my understanding, there aren't really any that you can utilize and tap into. So to recap, renting is better for more flexibility and short-term cost, and owning is better for long-term stability and wealth building. It's up for you to decide which one is going to be best for you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're interested in knowing some of the top mistakes that first-time homebuyers make, check out this video right here. I know it'll help you out. As always, thanks so much for swinging by, and I look forward to seeing you on a future video. Take care.